If I knew then what I know now, boy, that's an old worn out adage in it, that's for sure. When I went to graduate school, it was in 2012, I think. And I went to Springfield College, which was in Springfield, Massachusetts. If I had to do it again, I would not have done it. That was a mistake. I would have stayed at the University of Alabama, right? So I was forced to take classes that have, you know, totally irrelevant to what I do today. But I had, I was in a degree program. I had to take these classes. So life in Springfield, Massachusetts was very, very challenging for me, to say the least. I mean, it was extremely challenging for me. The weather, the food, the living conditions, everything about it was very, very challenging. Education was extremely robust. But one of the good things about living in Springfield was I met a good friend, and we are still friends today. And I think maybe, other than my graduate degrees, is that was one of the, the two benefits of going to Springfield, Massachusetts was earning my graduate degree and also meeting my good friend Doug. So Doug had been living in Massachusetts his whole life and was an avid golfer. And so I was in the business of learning about golf psychology, the deeper thoughts about why I failed and how I could apply my coaching and sports psychology knowledge over into a business. And I have been very successful in doing that. But Doug was my guinea pig there. I would work with Doug. We played a lot of golf in Massachusetts. Some, golf courses in Massachusetts are not that, the ones that I played are not that good. And so, but I experimented with Doug on a lot of different things mentally. And he was just a willing participant all the way. So when Doug retired, he moved to Florida and started playing golf, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days a week. But recently he had to give up the game because he's had a lower back issue. And Doug, has been working out, I guess, got to be 40 years now, maybe longer. He's in terrific shape, strong as a bull, but his back is gone, and he can no longer make a turn. So recently, I have been experimenting with a system that I think I can help Doug get back on the golf course. So I'm going to explain it to you today. So we're going to call this How to Swing a Golf Club with No Shoulder Turn. All right, so let me explain to you how it works. So you can see this is a normal driver, an old driver, ping driver. I used to knock the crap out of this thing. And normal driver, about 45 inches, maybe a little more than 45 inches, okay? Normal driver. This is an 8-iron. You can see I bought this club as an experiment, just working on different things several years ago. 8-iron, all right? So what's the big deal? Let me show you. Eight-iron driver. Not much difference in the length. You see that? So this 8-iron is the same length as a hybrid. All right, I believe it's about 43 inches. No, not quite 43, because this is about 45 or 46. So this is about 42 inches or something like that. Anyway, this shaft is a regular or senior shaft hybrid shaft, but it's got a real low kick point and it's got a jumbo grip. Okay, this, I have experimented with it, could save Doug's game. Now let me show you how this is going to work. All right, so here we go. what Doug can't do, see, he can't make the turn because of the torque on the upper body against the lower body. He can't do that anymore. He can bend down, he just can't turn. He can't turn. So he's quit the game of golf. And so I think I've already experimented with this swing I'm about to show you. I think it may save him. He may be able to get back on the golf course, all right? So this is a no-turn golf swing for people with a bad lower back, all right? So this is what it looks like. No-turn back swing, all on the wrists. So as you can see, it's very, very little shoulder turn, if any, but it's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. And then on the follow through, you know, there was some follow through, but because there's no torque on the follow through, then Doug can just swing on through. Now, here's the kicker. That drive, I don't know, maybe just a little over 200 yards. So you'd have to go down and play on the white tees to have any chance to get up and around the green in two. But this is that old thing, these old guys that, you know, just bunt one down the middle a couple hundred yards, take a hybrid, do the same thing, up and around the green, chip, and a one putt. They do that 6-7 times around. Next thing you know, this old boy is shooting 83 with maybe one birdie, maybe if he's lucky, and getting up and down everywhere. So they can put Doug back on the golf course. Now, let me demonstrate this 8-iron that I was able to hit about 140 yards with the no turn backswing. All right, let me demonstrate it. Regular 8. And the no turn 8. So there you have it. See, I had already experimented with this and saw that it could work. Now, I've discussed this with Doug, and I told him, I was like, well, you might have to, you know, shorten this or lengthen this or something like that. You might not need that big grip. I said, but you can hit the ball down the fairway a little bit. And, you know, a 210 yard drive, you know, 140 to 170 yard hybrid, or, you know, a long iron, get you around the green, chip, one putt, chip, two putt. What's the worst that can happen, right? You make a few pars, shooting below 90, that's for sure, and you never know. You might even be in the low 80s. So this is something I think if you're having back problems, you can't make that turn, can't make that torque, might work for you, I don't know. But it would certainly be worth a try if you've given up the game because of lower back pain. So it worked for me. Hopefully it'll work for Doug. I'll let you know in the future. So, all right, I'll see you next time.